can't imagine that someone would think beating is love. I'm thinking that you didn't see that with me. I don't know whether you noticed that. But tell your neighbor that love is patient. Love is kind. Love never fails. But if we say that love never fails, how come it fails in people's relationship? On the stage of marriage, it's like there is no planning. People just act it out. They fight each other, they argue, and love is not there. The high rate of divorce in the society is alarming. Oh, not to talk about how many women that are not happy today. Don't believe in what you're seeing. All these pretenses going on when you see people in the public. Most times they're not even happy. I can't imagine how someone would truly live a life and not be happy in it. My own belief is that if you have told yourself you're going to get married and be happy. That means you have decided to be happy in that relationship. But I don't know what is happening today. If you decide to be happy in a relationship and then you come into that relationship and you're not seeing happiness, is it not good? Is it not wise that the two parties involved should come together, and then think about how to make themselves happy? But rather, you see differently. Another thing too, love is unconditional. Loving is unconditional. When it comes to the stage of marriage, the law there is unconditional love. So you're not loving because someone is loving you back. The reason you're going into that relationship is to give, which is also another meaning of love. Love is giving. For God so loved the world that he gave. He didn't sit in heaven and keep telling us that, I love you. Then he sees you suffering, he'll say, I love you. He sees you wailing and crying, he says, I love you. No. He did something about that. He demonstrated that love. And that's what we should do in any relationship, is to demonstrate the love. I know today, thank you for that clap. I know today a whole lot of people have this dream of coming into marriage to be pampered, coming into relationship to be pampered, but you never thought about giving. You're coming into that relationship to give. Now, I told you at the beginning of this that marriage is a mystery of two imperfect people coming together as one. That is a mystery. All orchestrated by God. So imagine coming into that relationship to be pampered by someone who you don't know. All right. A whole lot of people will tell me, well, we courted for 4 years. You courted in a certain manner. And it's not everything that you know. So you need to actually know someone in order for that person to be able to reciprocate by giving you love or by loving you. Now, another thing we don't imagine. Remember, I'm talking about love being unconditional. You come into that marriage to love, not because that person is loving you, but you're contributing your love to that person. Love is unconditional. Even God told us to love our neighbors as ourselves. Now, how do you love yourself? How do you love yourself? How do you love yourself? By hating yourself, by abusing yourself, by casting down yourself, by insulting yourself, by shouting abuses on yourself. So you see, we are not practical. When it comes to we loving, we are not. We are not. There are many times I have been in the position to talk to my husband and give my husband the peace of my mind. Remember, it's a peace. So you can imagine when all my mind will come out. This is just a piece of my mind. That's what we say. Let's give him a piece of our mind. So if you want to give someone a piece of your mind and it's that large, it's that bad, you can imagine when all that mind is doled out. So I now want to say I give my husband a piece of my mind. The Holy Ghost will be there to remind me. You don't need to do that. And do you know that giving love is an investment? is an investment, and when you invest into it, oh, those of you clapping will receive plenty of that love. And you know what? When you invest love into your relationship, you receive love back. There is nobody. That's why God said that love never fails. It doesn't. Because when you give love back, love will give you plenty back. It's a harvest. A harvest is always more than the seed. So now, because my husband came from another background, not my background, I can't tell how much I can't tell how much he can demonstrate love. But if I have a dream, and that dream is a good dream to give love, then I should start it. I should start by doling out that love. He should be able to see that love in me. And then if he didn't have it, or he doesn't have it, then he can learn from me without even mentioning it, because I'm acting it out. You see, people react when they don't see love. Love is not blaming someone. We tend to blame. The blame game started from Adam. It has always been there, down to Abraham and Sarah, when they had to have Ishmael and then something happened, you know. So you have the blame game always there. But Jesus came and never blamed us. Hello, someone. And that's showing us what love is. He demonstrated that love, and he never blamed the church. That's why he told the men, love your wives as Christ loved the church. He didn't blame the church, but he used the water of the word to wash the church, and then present his bride to himself without any spot, any wrinkle, any blemish. He took time. He was patient. He did not accuse. He did not attack the bride. And that's what love is all about. If you're ready to get into a relationship, I want to tell you another aspect that most of us don't see. The side of love that we do not see is that love is a responsibility. It's a responsibility. Because you're going to be responsible for that relationship to work. You're going to be responsible for that relationship to work. And not only that, the individual, that your spouse or your partner involved, you're going to be responsible for that person's happiness. Because you are like the thermostat. Oh, no, la. Yes, you ought to be like the thermostat. The thermostat regulates, the temperature. Not like the thermometer that actually gives out the temperature that it has. Whatever, if you put the thermometer in your mouth, it gives you the temperature there. But the thermostat regulates it. And if it's too high, it will bring it to a balance so that it doesn't destroy the appliance. It will not destroy the appliance. So you ought to be like that. When your partner is too hot, you're calm. You're calm to handle and balance things out before it becomes an issue. But we don't. You see, what love is love is not selfish. Hello? Sell and fish. It's not selfish. So we don't go to the pool of marriage fishing ourselves. We come into marriage with the aim of giving love and making our partner lovable. That's why God believes that you can, through your love, bring out the best potential out from your partner. You bring out the best out of your partner because you're doling out love. Now, not because, okay, you got married to someone and then you saw some weaknesses, you hound the person with the weakness. Man, you're killing the person. You're killing that person. But all you needed to do is to blow love. Encouragement. That's what love is. Love is encouraging. Encouraging your partner. So love is encouragement. You didn't clap very well. Practically, let's look at it practically. Have you been where there are real issues and then you need to criticize And then you remember that love is encouragement. And then I have to encourage. Do you know it takes discipline for me to package myself very well and begin to dole out encouragement when I feel like criticizing? It takes discipline and understanding to encourage when you needed to criticize. It's a quick thing to criticize. That's why the fruits of the Spirit is very important. Because one of the fruits of the Spirit is what? Self-control. Oh, self-control, which we don't find when there's an argument. Everybody is willing to dole it out, to give it to that person. But then when you remember one of the fruits of the Spirit is self-control, you organize yourself and then come back to yourself to say, okay, you know what? I'm not going to shout about this whole issue. I'm going to actually encourage you to do what is best for you. I'm not going to talk down on your project, talk down on you, or shout about this weakness. Or how many of us have said, okay, let's go and pray about it? Love is also putting the other person first before you. You think about the other person first before you. Have you ever thought about how your partner is feeling in those shoes? I have. One day, I think when I put my mind through concerning my position was one of the trips that Pastor made, and I had to be in control. I had to control this. I had to lead a family, and then some things that he was doing, I found myself doing that, and now realized that this thing is not easy. It was too much headache. I really thank God for bringing two people together to live as one. I know that I cannot handle that. I say, you know what? You people just wait. I know my own department. I don't have any problem with my own department, but this, you have to wait for your dad. And I called him, darling, wherever you are, come back. Or maybe call them and answer this problem, because I am not able to do that. Even in the office, when he's going, I tell everybody, carry your faith in your hand. I say, pick up your faith, because his own faith covers everybody. Where my faith is there for all of us to put your faith together, then we have to believe God together. And I will tell you, this is what it is, and all of us will have to believe God together. But there is someone who believes God for everybody, does not tell you any problem at all, and releases his faith for everybody. That is a great job. So when I saw that, and I said, you know what? I don't want your position, baby. Come back to the house and take up your position. So love is unconditional. Love is a responsibility. If you did not take anything out from here, take that from me. That's why they always say you have to walk your marriage. The responsibility part of it. You have to. You didn't clap well, or